We always try to type it in TNN Trap News Network, back in the same, like cook, cracking the same, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe for more of this good content we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. It's that good news you can use. It's that good knowledge you ain't finna get nobody's college, big dog. Tap in with TNN Trap News Network. Good news you can use. Good knowledge you ain't finna get nobody's college, big dog. Hit that like, hit that comment, hit that get subscribe button. We about to bring y'all something a little bit different today. Shout out to Gigi. This is Luce Cannon's actual wife. Not Sharice Mills, who's a pretend wife. Gigi, who is his actual wife on paper, who he has a kid with, the one who he had the in vitro fertilization with, of the kid that he doesn't claim. Different type of dirtbag to not claim a kid who you paid to create. But she has a story that needs to be heard, and I noticed that her page wasn't really doing too many numbers like that. But for her, it's more about the story being heard and all that more than anything. It's not about the clout. It's not about the attention. She wants to know. She wants you guys to know what happened to her while she was dealing with Luce Cannon as his wife, not his girlfriend, not his baby mama. She's his actual wife. So we about to jump into this, man. Big love to Gigi, big love, big support, big shout out to her. Finna slide into this content without no further do's or don'ts. It's Luce Cannon. Let me see what it says. Luce Cannon and Sharice bully, intimidate, lie on a victim. Let's get into this content, man. Let's go.
Hello. Woo! We are back. We are back live. We are here. Hello, everybody. Let me wait for everybody to get in here. Let's see what is going on. We are in here, guys. Hi, everybody. So everybody, as you guys know, it's me, Gigi. I appreciate all of my followers. I appreciate everybody, all of my supporters. I know last night was insanely emotional and crazy, and I appreciate all the people who were supporting me and, you know, sharing my story, sharing the truth. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Even the people who are hating, I appreciate you guys too. It just makes me stronger and just lets me know that I'm doing the right thing. So please like, comment, subscribe, share this channel, share these videos, share everything. I want the truth to get out there for everybody to see. I want to eliminate this whole concept of content is built around lies. Like, there can be content that is built on truth. Like, we don't have to just promote lies. Like, it is okay to tell the truth. Like, let's just be who you are. So I want to start off this story time because I wanted to kind of dive into some of the stuff we touched on yesterday. To revisit some of that stuff. I wanted to go over kind of like the whole situation with on Luce Cannon's detention hearing. He has active warrants. I don't know if you guys saw his detention hearing, but for those of you who did not, they are refusing to give him bail because he does have, for his prior history. Cannon does have a long history of domestic violence against women. He has a long history of violence in general. He has a, you know, history of fraud, among gun charges, other things like that. So they definitely have denied his bail. And he has 2 active warrants, as I said yesterday, for 2 cases that are against me. So that is on the detention hearing. So I kind of want to touch on that. I kind of want to recap too. Because I know yesterday when we did the Q&A last night, there were some people in there saying like, oh, what are they saying about you? Or what are they saying about your daughter? I've never heard them. So I wanted to like revisit some of the lies that Luce Cannon and Sharice have been going around over the past, year and a half, 2 years or whatever, just on different podcasts saying different things. Just so you know, all my subscribers and everybody can kind of get an idea of why I am pushing so hard for the truth to come out. And I mean, just the truth about everything regarding Luce Cannon. It will kind of give you an insight, because I know a lot of people are going to have their opinions, and people are going to say, you know, oh, she's just bitter. Oh, just move on, or whatever the case may be. So I want to give you guys a little insight on, you know, Luce Cannon and Sharice. So let's get ready. So let's start here.
Listen, hope,
Your name.
Spell my name.
Your name is not Termaine Williams. So I want to just let you guys know what we're hearing right now is Clubhouse. So this was a Clubhouse between on WACK 100 Levels and Wolf, which is Troy Ave's girlfriend. This was before the No Jumper. This was before Cam Capone, B-Real TV. This was before any of this started happening. So this is where I actually came forward to call Luce and Sharice out. They had already been kind of doing little lies before they started all these extravagant lies, just about kind of like me, my child, and kind of like Black China on smaller platforms, just on their own. This is when Luce Cannon and WACK 100 first started kind of like communicating and planning and becoming cool, or whatever you want to call it. Termaine Williams. That's not
WACK. WACK, I'm gonna send you my ID.
Should I send? I'll send you his ID.
I could PTR your ID.
So in the beginning, just to let you guys know, Luce Cannon was trying to say his name was not Termaine Ashley Williams. This was before you guys even knew who he was or anybody. He was trying to say that's not who he was.
Let me see.
All right, hold on.
Okay.
He ain't gonna run without a conversation with him.
You stay right there.
But you know I'm in New York. But you know I'm in New York right now. You know where I'm at.
Oh, where you at? Where are you at? Like, we don't even have to...
We on the internet. Hey, listen, gang.
Hey, you on some police shit. Listen,
hold on.
All right, one mic. Okay, one mic.
Fuck Troy Ave.
Hi, Gigi.
Hi.
Hi, Gigi.
Hello.
Gigi, do you know this man?
Yes, I do. He's my
Who is this man? He's your what?
He's my husband.
Okay, so he's saying that his name is not Termaine Williams. Is he lying?
His name is Termaine Williams. He can sit up there and play these games and these lies so everybody can believe it. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's public record. He knows his name. He knows his name is Termaine Williams. He knows we're still legally married. He knows I filed for divorce. He knows that he abandoned the daughter we had. He knows all that. He can sit there and try to say whatever he wants.
Listen.
I got receipts for days.
Listen, let's cut
you have a daughter that you don't take care of. Stop with the bullshit. Stop with the public lies and embarrassment. Just sign the damn papers legally so your daughter could go on with her life. I've been asking you to
Hey,
sign
listen.
the papers.
Hold on, Gigi, listen. I'll take care of his daughter, okay? My name is Levels. You can tap in with me up here. I'm a man.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Listen, I told him when I filed for divorce, I didn't ask for no child support.
Listen,
I asked for nothing. I told him, Termaine, I said I will recoup all right.
There's no point.
What you want to fight for? We're trying to handle a family matter. We're not fighting.
Termaine, you have a fake wedding.
I don't even know this bitch. I don't even know this bitch like that. This bitch is crazy.
So this is not you.
So you guys hear that? This is when the whole, he doesn't know me, he doesn't know who I am, he doesn't know what I'm talking about, he doesn't know our daughter, just saying he has no clue who I am, or I'm just came out of the blue as some crazy person.
Let me send you some more receipts of him in the hospital.
Listen, so this is not. Everybody go to Slum Town because I just PTR'd the picture of him holding her stomach.
Thank you.
Her pregnant stomach.
Wait a minute. I
go to Slum Town
for days with the same tattoo on his hand that he has now.
Look, I'm a big
So as you guys can see, me, when I say stuff, I'm not going to sit up there and just talk. I'm going to provide receipts. Point blank period. Just like I do on here, I'm going to show you guys receipts. I'm not going to just talk. This is where WACK comes in. Mind you, at this point, Luce Cannon was still cool with Big U at this time. So when he went on this Clubhouse, him and Big U, he had not, I guess, turned his back and decided to start lying and making all these stories up about Big U at this time. He was still cool with Big U, and him and WACK had just been on a communicative basis, just a cool basis behind the whole Molly Mall situation.
Listen.
The question you asked, right, about the marriage.
Okay, this is Sharice talking now. She was also joined in on the Clubhouse. So this is Sharice that's now talking.
We have a legal case going on against this crazy bitch. She has filed 2 separate marriage licenses with a fraudulent signature. Yes, I'm gonna tell you, the first marriage certificate, it's not an actual wet marriage, because when...
Please make sure you guys listen to Sharice, okay? Listen to what she's saying. She says they have a case against me because I forged and frauded our marriage license.
During COVID, right? You go and you sign up and get a marriage certificate, but then you have to go and actually get ordained by the judge. It was closed, so they never did it, right? Let me tell you why. He did it to get his ex jealous or mad or some shit. Listen, it's all petty shit. Whatever the fuck happened
of us at the glass chapel.
Shut the fuck up. Let me finish talking, baby.
Send it through, Gigi Boo. Send it through, Gigi Boo. Send.
Like I was saying, she did if you call the court, they have 2 separate marriage licenses.
That's a lie.
This bitch, shut up. This bitch went and got married with some other person with a fraudulent signature. And we have actually a lawyer about the...
So you guys heard that. She said that I went to the chapel with another person that was not Luce Cannon and got married to somebody else. Okay? You guys are hearing, this is Sharice Mills talking. You're hearing this, okay?
Throw the whole motherfucker out. This bitch, shut up. This bitch went and got married with some other person with a fraudulent signature, and we have actually a lawyer about to throw the whole motherfucker out.
I got proof that your lawyer dragged you, bitch, because you're legally married. He told you that. Stop lying for these people, bitch. Just admit it. You fuck married men. It's okay. Nobody cares. I gave him to you. You can have his niggas. That nigga's a turtle dick. I don't give a fuck. You can have him.
A turtle dick.
Stop with the fucking
Turtle dick.
Stop with the fucking lies, dude. You can have the nigga. I don't want the
Turtle dick
nigga.
is crazy.
I don't know we were married because I talked to you. I called you.
Okay, so that was the end of that. So I put together kind of like a slideshow because the thing was like hours long. So that was Sharice that said all of that. So let's recap. Sharice, this is, like I said, this was before No Jumper. This was before Tasha K, B-Real, Capone, everything before this. Sharice is saying that she's called the court. We never went to a church and got married. I went there with somebody else that was not him and frauded the court system with somebody else. Okay, that's what she's saying at this point. Now, her mother then joins on Clubhouse as well. So now this you're going to hear going forward is Sharice's mother talking. Sharice brought her mother on, and now she's going to be speaking. Mind you, let me give you a little backstory. Sharice met Cannon April 8th, 2022. As I explained in my last live, that was like my way out. So once I found out that he had met Sharice, he was, planning on trying to do this whole scam thing with her. I'm like, great, cool. I called Sharice. I called his mother. I called her mother because Sharice, you could tell the type of female she is. She's not going to talk to you woman to woman. So she hung up. So I called her mother. Obviously, I have all of their numbers because Cannon's phone is synced to my iCloud. So we're on the same iCloud at this time. So everybody Cannon calls, texts, or whatever, I can see everything. So I called the mother and I let the mother know, hey, no problem that he's with you. All I ask is that you have him sign the divorce papers and take care of the daughter that we have. That's it. Now, that's what you're about to hear right now. This is Sharice's mother that is now talking.
On the phone, and
me and Sharice's mother, I'm sorry.
I called your daughter.
Yeah, you
I was still, we're still.
Wait, so you hear the mother admit that I called her, okay? This was back in April of 2022. The mother just admitted that, yes, I called her.
Wait, let me talk.
Let her talk. Let Gigi talk. Let Gigi talk, ma'am. Ma'am, let Gigi. One mic on Gigi, old bitch.
Like I said, at the end of the day,
Respectfully, Mom. Can you mute up? This is crazy. Respectfully, Mom. Can you mute up?
Correctly to me was that, that ain't got nothing to do with this. You knew he was a married man who just.
So that was what Sharice's mother said when I called her. Her response to that was, well, that is between you and him, and that don't have nothing to do with me or my daughter. I said, okay, cool. End of conversation.
Had a baby. We lived together in the house that your daughter came to. She didn't take Cannon. I gave him because when I called you on the phone and your daughter, I said she can have him. I said just make sure he signs these divorce papers. You went to the house. You saw
the baby crib and all those clothes and all those wig heads in the house that you were in. You knew he didn't live there by himself. I sent you the lease agreement with my name on it with his as a rental. So don't sit up here and try to play innocent victim now because your daughter's being exposed. It's okay. She can be with the married man because I gave him to her when I called and told you that and your daughter that. There is no nothing. But what you and your daughter aren't going to do is going to disrespect my fucking kid. Just like you ride for yours, I ride for mine too. So now if your daughter would have had the respect and not crossed that line and brought her ass to the hospital when she was, it's okay that your niggas fucking with another bitch. Marriages end. I get that. That's fine. I didn't give a fuck about that. But know your fucking place. That your daughter knew that nigga for 3 weeks before she brought her ass to the fucking hospital and attacked me at my hospital where my daughter was. I didn't go to her. I didn't go to you. I didn't do none of that. Your daughter inserted herself in family business that had nothing to do with her.
So let me stop right there so I can give you the backstory on that. So my daughter was 6 months old when she was in the hospital, admitted to the hospital for pneumonia. She had a fever of 102.6, which then turned into 103. I don't know if you guys know, infants that small, she ended up having a seizure, rushed her to the emergency room. She ended up being in the hospital for, I think, 2 or 3 days. That's the situation I'm talking about. On day 3, May 15th, 2022, Cannon came to the hospital. Mind you, I said May. Remember I said I left Cannon in April of 2022? It is now May 15th, 2022 in the hospital. I have a restraining order against Cannon during this time. Cannon is not allowed to be anywhere near me or anywhere in the vicinity of where I am. When Cannon came to the hospital with Sharice, he did not leave Sharice in the waiting room. He did not leave Sharice in the car. He did not leave her downstairs. They both came upstairs past security somehow and came into the room with myself, my 6-month-old child, and my 22-year-old daughter at the time. Okay?
Your daughter could have been cool. She could have been placed stepmama. I don't give a fuck about the nigga. But bitch, when you cross my daughter just like you in here going for yours, I'm going for mine too. Your daughter should have knew her fucking place, shut the fuck up, and left it between me and him. She inserted herself.
This is good ass content.
She should have shut the fuck up and stayed in her place. She didn't have to come in the hospital room. She could have waited in the waiting room. I don't got no problem with that. I don't got no problem getting nobody. But your daughter inserted herself. That's why she has all this backlash. And then, of course, as you know by now, Cannon is a habitual fucking liar and got your daughter in some shit that she can't get out of. You can't argue receipts. I don't care how much you manipulate, try to twist it. It's public record. And I am still his legal wife. And until he signs these rights for the daughter that he abandoned, that you and your daughter don't seem to give a fuck about, then ain't shit. Until I sign shit.
So as you guys can hear, I was very emotional. I was very upset. As a mother, to hear the father of your child, and at this time, a woman he has literally known for less than like 60 days, go on and bash your child and say that it's not his and this and that. And it was very hurtful. It was very painful. So I was very emotional. I usually don't cuss that much or act that crazy, but I was very, very, very emotional for sure. So as you can see, my whole point for getting upset was because, as you guys all know, I filed for divorce. I left Cannon. I have no problem with him being with any other woman, but as a woman, you know, when you meet a man and he has children with another woman, and, you know, you're with that man, that's great. But there's a level of respect that you need to give that mother. You know what I mean? You don't need, especially when you're just meeting a man, or especially if you're not married to that man. You know what I mean? You need to have that level of respect. At that point, I've never met this girl face to face. So there's no reason for you to feel any way towards me. I've never disrespected you. So I expect you as the mother of his child to give me that respect, especially because I don't know you, for you to think it's okay to come into my daughter's fighting for her life. She's 6 months old. She has pneumonia. And you think it's a good idea to come to the hospital room with a man that you've known for 30 days,
Remember I told you, Sharice and Cannon met April 8th, 2022. The hospital incident was May 15th, 2022. You calculate how many days that is. So let me tell you what happened there, how we're getting to this whole domestic violence thing. So obviously, as you can see, the mother didn't deny it, Sharice didn't deny it. Clearly, you know, they came to where I was. I didn't go to her. I didn't go to where they lived. I didn't even know where she lived or what was going on with her or anything of that nature at that point. When they came to the hospital and they came into the room, like I said, it was me, my 6-month-old daughter, and my oldest daughter, who was 22 at the time. We were about to leave the hospital room, so we're gathering up the baby's items. I'm holding my 6-month-old in my arms like this. My oldest daughter is standing next to me. So we're turning around, about to walk out of the hospital room, and here comes Cannon and Sharice right here at the hospital door. So when they're trying to enter the door, my oldest daughter puts her arm up to block Cannon and Sharice from coming in and was like, hold up, she can't come in. So when my daughter put her hand up to block the door, Sharice went to hit my 22-year-old daughter in the face. As a reaction, I'm holding my infant and I immediately punch Sharice in her face. And Cannon then punches me in my face. The nurses are screaming, everybody's scrambling. Obviously, I at that point still didn't drop my daughter. I mean, obviously I'm still holding the baby. So at that point, the nurses grab the baby from me and then we all start fighting. So I'm fighting Sharice, I'm beating her up. My 22-year-old, Cannon's fighting her, slinging her around. Cannon's punching me, slinging me off of Sharice. I'm going back, hitting Cannon, hitting Sharice, and it's just a big melee of craziness. This was at Loma Linda Hospital in Loma Linda. At that point, as I told you, Cannon had a restraining order. He was not supposed to be there. So when the police come, finally, when the police are called, Cannon gets arrested and he goes to jail for violation of the protective order. And again, as I said, that's May 15th of 2022, okay? So let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and let's pull that up. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me see. I just want to make sure I go back to, okay, 659. Okay, let me bring up. So this is the protective order, just so you guys can see. This is a protective order. Tremaine Ashley Williams. Here's the case number if anybody wants to go look it up. There's the case number for one of the warrants, one of the active warrants that is on his detention hearing for the indictment. As you can see right here, let me see if I can zoom in so you guys can see it better. Okay, so as you can see here, right, the hearing was heard February 1st, 2021. Here's the case number if anybody wants to look it up. He's not supposed to be 100 yards near me. It was executed on February 1st, 2021. So obviously, as you guys can see, that there was a restraining order during the time. There's my name right there, and it's a no contact order. Okay, so that is the reason why he got arrested for the hospital incident. Now, let me show you. I'm trying to make sure I bring up the right one. Okay. So here you go. Here is the active warrant. This is the active, actually, let me show you this before that one. Because that's the active warrant for the hospital incident. So he has an active warrant for that incident. He was arrested for that incident and now has an active warrant for that incident. So you guys know, he has an active warrant for that incident out of San Bernardino. So as you can see, warrant San Bernardino. The filing date on this warrant was 1/10/2023. There's the case number if you guys want to look that up. So that's just one warrant on the detention hearing that you guys heard, the detention order on the indictment of one of the reasons why he won't be being released. Okay. And then let me also, like I said, I want to be thorough because, like I said, I don't want, anything misconstrued. I want you guys to see everything on your own so you guys can see it for yourself. Bear with me, y'all, because I wanted you guys to be able to see the other one. So here is the second one. So here is the second warrant that he has on the detention hearing. Here's the second warrant. As you can see, it says case status. It says warrant, Tremaine Ashley Williams. And this warrant is still active as well. That's the second one for Tremaine Williams. There's the case number. You guys can also look that up as well. It's going to be the same case number as you can see. It's going to be the same RF because it's out of Riverside from where we had the restraining order. So as you guys can see, he has 2 warrants for domestic. So this one was originally for, as you can see, inflict corporal. Let me blow it up for you guys. Inflict corporal injury on a spouse. You can see twice, and you can see convicted twice of felony probation shall not be granted. So I'm not going to go into today about all his prior DVs, but I definitely will next week when we start dropping, the series. But as you can see, for my case, he was convicted and he pled guilty. I will go further into this case so you guys are able to see later on next week when we go into the series. Okay, so now let's get back to the
Fuck up. Let her
Sign the
talk.
paper.
She talking. Oh, no, let me, ma'am, are you there? I got a question for you, ma'am. This is African graduate from
The day that she...
Okay, so now this is another interview that Luce and Sharice did. I'm not sure who the podcaster or who this person was, but this was another one. So let's hear what they have to say at this point.
supposed to completely changed her life and got baptized. She broke into our house.
Okay, so the person that he's talking about is Black China. He is saying, I know everybody knows that Black China recently has turned her life around and got saved and baptized. So in the beginning, when this conversation is starting, he is talking about Black China.
And like, were there cameras? Like, were you there?
It's all on the television show. You gotta watch it.
Okay, so
you notice he said this is all on the television show. He is telling this story to get people to tune in on their show that Baddies and the whatever, I can't think of the name. Batty and the Beast, I think? Something like that. Anyways.
So this show actually shows her on film breaking into your house.
You gotta watch the show.
Sharice, were you there?
I was not in the home. We were actually in Vegas when we got the call of them breaking into our home.
You say them. So was it China and someone else?
It was China and his other ex. They collaborated together because they were mad that he moved on.
Who was the other ex?
His supposed, his alleged other wife / baby mama. Alleged.
Okay, and what's her name?
Okay, so let's start there. Do you see how every time they go to drag my name somewhere, the story changes? If you remember prior on Clubhouse with WACK100, Sharice was very clear that she called the courthouse herself and that it was false and they had a lawyer working on it and that I had brought somebody else to the courthouse and had forged his signature. So it was no alleged first. It was absolutely, I called the courts. It's false. She lied. She made it up and yada, yada, yada. Correct? You guys all heard it from Sharice's mouth. This was on Clubhouse with WACK100.
I ain't give her name. Shit, they'll find out because she gonna stalk you and she gonna DM you and try to run with all kind of shit to you. You'll find out.
Okay.
Okay. She go by JD. I'll just say that.
She go by JD. Okay.
So these two, got together and broke into his house.
Okay.
And then, China's stylist runs his mouth and ran his mouth and kind of told us everything too.
Hairstylist, makeup stylist, wardrobe stylist?
Yeah, wardrobe.
Wardrobe. What's his name?
Larry.
Larry.
You know Larry.
Hollywood Larry.
Hollywood Larry?
Hollywood Larry? Oh, okay. All right, thanks.
Alleged ex-wife.
Okay, so now this is Tasha K. This is when they're going on Tasha K. And this is their interview on Tasha K.
Adams is who I know her as. The ex-wife or current wife?
Man,
No.
she's not even a wife.
She says she the wife.
I was with Black China for over a year, right?
Same thing.
So when I was with Black China, she did the same thing that she's doing
to me.
her.
What I don't like is when people really just try.
Okay, so as you guys could see, they said that Luce Cannon was dating Black China for over a year. Okay, you guys note that down. Just make sure you guys are paying attention to the dates and times, because when Sharice and Luce like to tell their stories, it changes so periodically that you forget when you heard the first story. Okay, now this is their interview on Cam Capone. This is their interview on Cam Capone.
To mix some sort of truth with a whole lot of lies to really make you look crazy. And I understand that because we're dealing with that ourselves right now. I had to take a whole restraining order out on a bitch, but it's just, it sucks. Like I said, it sucks when you got real victims and real people going through real shit, but then you got the crazy delusional ones that are out for whatever vendetta to target people. It's really messed up.
But it is like the bitch.
Okay, so let's dive into before we get into this one, the restraining order. Okay, so let's find this restraining order. Okay, so here's the restraining order Sharice Mills is talking about. Okay, so let's get on here. Okay, so remember I told you the hospital incident happened on May 15th, right? And it happened on 2022, right? So as you can see, what's the date that you guys see on the restraining order? 5/17, right? That's when she filed the restraining order. Okay. So now, let's go see. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get to the part that I want you guys to see. Okay, so here we go. Now, so who do you think, when you go to file a restraining order against somebody, right, you have to have evidence, proof, witnesses, anything, right? They don't just give out restraining orders. Mind you, this is 2 days after Cannon was arrested for the hospital incident on May 15th, 2022. So now Sharice takes Luce Cannon. Luce Cannon goes and gets sworn in. He goes to the court, he gets sworn in, and he testifies. They create these, whatever fake documents they gave the court, whatever fake, witness statements he gave. Luce Cannon literally testified in court in order for this restraining order. As you guys can see, it says plaintiff's witness, Termaine Williams, is sworn and testifies. And that's what made the court grant this false restraining order, as you guys can see. So you guys, please don't tell me Cannon is not a snitch. Cannon will get into a courtroom and get sworn in and testify if it's going to benefit him in any type of way. If he's trying to do something to harm you, hurt you, set you up, anything like that, you better believe that he will absolutely testify against you. Sworn in, testified any false evidence, documents, court documents, anything possible, he will absolutely testify against you. Okay. All right. So now let's get back to where we were at.
Keeps saying that we was married, right? The bitch keeps saying I was literally with her for 2 months, then I left her or whatever, and then when she said that she came back.
Notice he said that we were only together for 2 months. Please notice that.
Pregnant, I was with her for like another 3 or 4 months, but not even with her. I just let her stay at my house and stuff like that while she was pregnant. And then when when she had the baby, the math wasn't adding up, and I asked her about it, and then she fled to Texas. So at the
end so you saying basically, you was with her for a couple of months, boom, she come up pregnant, boom. Then she had the baby, but the math ain't adding. Like, hold on, you should really be about this many months, but you having the baby at this time. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. So the baby, when it was 41 weeks, right? She told me she had the baby at 6 months. Then she to convince the world, she's talking about, we went through IVF and all this other stuff like that. And then it's like, bitch, show a marriage photo. Show me at the altar. Show me saying I do. Show, people just literally do not think about certain questions, right?
Show IVF paperwork. If you went to if you did all of that, wouldn't you have copies of your medical record? I'm just confused. You showing him go to a sonogram or do a sonogram or ultrasound or whatever, that's normal when you're pregnant. Especially if you're high risk, you would go to a center that deals with high-risk pregnancies. Hence, you said she has seizures and whatnot. Right? Listen, I don't know. I wasn't there. I wasn't involved in this moment. But what I do know...
But wait a minute. Please, let's remember. Did you not remember on Clubhouse where Cherise said that she called the courthouse and she knows for a fact that we were not married, right? Weren't married. Remember, we know all that. I just want you to keep all this in mind, okay?
I don't care how the baby was made, if it was turkey basted or what. Get him and be done with it. If you're saying this is his man's child, get a freaking test and be done with it. We're not...
Okay, so let's stop there. And now I definitely want to dive into this. I think now some of you guys can see, why it hurts me so bad when a woman like this and her father are literally online talking about her. Eventually, my daughter's going to grow up, right? The internet is forever. Eventually, she's going to grow up and she's going to see and ask why her father didn't love her enough to claim her. Why was he denying her? Why is this woman sitting next to her denying her, right? I'm going to have to explain that to her. And we all know, I'll be the first to tell you, as a woman, it's important to have a father as a woman. It is. I will tell you as a woman, women need fathers in their life, but they need good fathers to set good examples, fathers to show them what a real man is. So women out in today's, so they don't get lost, so they don't just go for anything or end up with a man like Luce Cannon. You see what I'm saying? So as you can see, this is why it is so important for me to make sure everybody knows the truth, because I know that all the other content creators are putting out all him and her lies and stuff because it's content. But you have to understand, there are people's real lives behind this content. You know what I mean?
Say we don't want to claim the child, but we're not claiming nothing that you still have not to this day proven it's his.
So notice that she keeps saying we. They're not married, so I don't understand why she keeps saying this we. Last time I checked, I don't know if she has a dick or not, but last time I checked, I didn't have a child with her.
Love children. I'll be more than happy to take care of that child like it was my own. I'm not nobody here to go bash no child and do no this. She's trying to make it seem like we went and attacked her in some hospital. That wasn't even true. She went online. This girl is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, right? So when I first met him, we were dating, and she went and did a whole GoFundMe saying her baby is about to die. Oh my God, pray for her. She has a pneumonia. She's this. She reached out to...
So you guys make sure you're hearing all this. So you guys are kind of getting the backstory, right? Of why I'm doing what I'm doing.
All his family members knowing that to try to reach him to come meet her at the hospital. We were heading to Vegas, and I told him, I said...
So notice she said that I had to reach out to his family members for him to meet me at the hospital. He has her under the impression that he was not communicating with me. Okay? Please, let's note that.
honey, if this is in fact your child, you should go. God forbid she dies. I actually made him go to the hospital. I said, you should go before we leave California, just in case this is true that the child is on her dying bed. This is what the lady said, right?
Okay.
I literally walked in the waiting room. We didn't even go to the room.
So notice she said that she waited in the waiting room. She said she didn't go into the room, right? So which means that she didn't see me because she waited in the waiting room. She didn't go to the room. Okay.
They were looking.
Okay. So, hold on. Let me confirm something. So you saying the pictures that she got with you with Luce in the hospital with the baby, you was there too. You was just
the whole
okay.
So yeah, so
let me finish my story.
I know, but
I apologize.
So when you having a baby and stuff like that, and I'm the father, I'm supposed to be there. But when we to the first week, doctors for the baby to get a shot, right? The first week shots, right? The doctor said, "Oh, you went, you was overdue. You was 41 weeks." I said, "Bitch, you said that you was having a."
So notice he said that I gave birth to my daughter at 41 weeks. We all know. So he's basically saying I was overdue, correct? Let's make note.
What's this? The surgery to get the baby
C-section.
6 months early, you have grandma seizures and stuff like that. You can't make it full term, but she came out full term. So I started asking her questions. Then she leave to go to Texas. So it's like, what the fuck I supposed to do?
Okay. Nonetheless, here we're not bashing nobody, right? If she wants to say this is his child, prove it. And after it's proven, then we move forward. Until then, stop with the nonsense, okay? And stop with this narrative that I wanted to come and fight you at some hospital, because that's not the truth.
Okay, so let's remember. I hope Sharice watched this. So just remember, all of this. This is going to be shown in court. All the lying and everything that she did. She has to remember, I'm the victim. So when her husband has to face me, her fake husband has to face me in court, you best believe all the bullying, the defamation of character, the lying, the mocking my abuse, everything, this is all going to be brought up in court. This is all going to be shown to a judge for both cases. Just putting that out there so you guys know.
I actually made this man go and make sure this child was okay. I was in the waiting room. They came out and tried to attack me. Okay.
So she's saying that I, with my 6-month-old child, came down to the waiting room. I don't know if you guys know Loma Linda Hospital, but there's the infant ward and the waiting room. So you guys can look it up, but just so you can get a picture of what she's saying. I personally left with my 6-month-old and fought her in the waiting room.
And because the officer said I fucked her up, you can't press no charge.
Now notice she said that she messed me. She messed me up, right? Okay, just so you know. Just so you know, all of this is going to be shown to the judge in court for the indictment, for anything you could possibly think of concerning Luce Cannon. And I want you to understand that I know you thought that I was maybe weak or whatever because I didn't stand up to him for being with him for abusing me. But I told you and your mother when you brought my child into it, I was not going to stay silent.
Charges. Just be civil. What is it called? Mutual combat?
Yeah.
They're like...
Yeah. When two adults agree to fight, that I've told people that, man, I was actually in California. I found this guy's wallet. I called him. I said, hey, man, I found your wallet. Everything is still in it. Boom. Hey, can I get a finder's fee or something? Fast forward, I bring him the thing. He said he's going to give me some money. He acts like he's going to give me the money. He act like the ATM ain't working. He calls the police on me. Police would come and act like they want to arrest me for extortion. I'm like, what? I'm like, beat your ass. I'm like, hey, fam, we can fight. I'm like, we can fight head up 2 men. All you got to do is agree. I just wanted to say that. Back to the story.
It's just crazy. She's making up all these stories to make herself seem like a victim.
We don't want to keep.
It's not about her. It's not about her. But you've seen a lot of that in the comments.
So as you can see, it's just the continuous, just bashing. I'm lying, everything. Just so you guys are getting a better idea of why I'm doing this.
Yeah. No, for sure. I want to use this time to address all of the bullshit.
All the allegations.
You know what I'm saying? Because they definitely hopping in my comments. You know what I'm saying? They definitely talking about it. They doing their little things over there. We're not gonna promote them. You feel what I'm saying? But you know, I feel like this is.
Gave your contact to Tasha K so that you guys could.
Okay, sorry guys. I wanted to. So that was the end of that. That was actually with Demon Time. I know Demon Time was in our with us yesterday, and I know that he was actually cool with Luce Cannon at some point, and I know that now he has seen, you know, what Luce Cannon is capable of. You know, I know that they fell out and whatnot, and you know, now he can see kind of, you know, he got a taste of what it's like to be, you know, dealing with Luce Cannon. So now this interview is an interview that he did on No Jumper. Hold on, y'all. My computer done froze it up. Oh, y'all work with me. I got so much receipts on here, it's ridiculous. This is messing my stream up. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. We gonna get it right. Work with me, y'all. Crash? Y'all work with me, boy. Uh-oh. It's frozen for some odd reason. Can you guys still hear me? You guys, please like, share, subscribe. We are having a little bit of a technical difficulty. I am not sure why this thing is frozen. Oh, you guys can still hear me? Okay. So it must be something with this. Because we was on point, boy. We was on a roll, y'all. We was on a roll. Okay, hold on, y'all. I need to figure this out because I'm trying to figure out why it's not doing it, what it's supposed to do. Anyways, okay. I don't know what is going on with this thing, but you guys get my whole point. So as you can see, you guys can understand why I'm so upset, you know, and why, you know, I'm so passionate about the truth coming out. There was so many lies being told, you know, about my child, about myself. And, you know, I get why Luce Cannon was doing it. As we can all see, like, he's just a habitual liar. He wants to be famous that bad, where he's willing to, you know, make up any story. He's willing to sell his soul. Clearly, he's willing to sell his own child out just to get his name out there to promote some show or whatever, you know, they were doing. I just don't get, as a woman, what is your reason for it? Like, and then it's continuing, right? So what is your reason for allowing and sitting and co-signing and going along with a man bashing and talking about his child? Because I mean, unless Sharice is really just that delusional,
you know, I don't know. Unless she's that delusional and she cannot read public records, I'm not sure. I couldn't tell you, but I really want to know, what is your reason, especially when you have 2 active warrants against the victim and you're going to go on a spree to bash the victim? Like, does that make any sense whatsoever? So it's kind of like, at this point, it's like, I don't think you care about him either. As much as you say you do, you're literally, you know, aiding in his demise. Like, you want him to go to jail for a long time, clearly. Like, you don't mind. You don't mind him going to prison for a very long time. Because if you're a woman who you claim you love him, why would you not acknowledge all of his children? He has 6, and that's including your child. You know, why would you want to be with a man to deny a life that came from him is insane. And think that, you know, that's okay. It just doesn't make sense. And even if he's denying, let's just say he's denying the child behind closed doors, who goes and sit next to her man on multiple public platforms denying his own seed? And then you guys, you niggas out here think he's not going to tell on you? You think he's not going to backstab you? Boy, come on now. Like, be serious. Any nigga, any man that can cross his own seed, that can sell his own seed out, what do you really think he's going to do? Do you think he cares about you in any way, shape, or form, or any woman or anybody at that point? He don't care about nobody but himself. If you don't even care about the thing that came from you, it's just crazy. But yeah, definitely tune in, you guys. Later on tonight, we are going to be doing a Q&A. I really appreciate you guys. Please like, share, subscribe. We will be going at 10 p.m. Central Time. I'm going to answer all you guys' questions pertaining to what we just went over, or just any other questions you have pertaining to Luce Cannon, anything you want to know. And I think later on at our Q&A session at 10 p.m., we're going to finish this up after my technical difficulties get fixed up, because I definitely want to dive in and show you guys all. We're going to answer Luce and Sharice's questions on these videos. That's what we're going to do. So everybody, please like, share, subscribe. Please, please, please share this video. It is so important for people, because like I said, at the end of the day, it's to the point where it's not even just about me and my daughter. Luce Cannon and Sharice have literally went on a crucifying spree for so many people. They have just sat up there and lied on so many people. All for what? For him to end up in prison and her to be a single parent. How did that work out for you? Not very good, I don't think. And the crazy part about it is they're still going. She has literally picked up where he left off while he's in prison, mind you, while the phone calls are being recorded. She's recording their intimate conversations and putting it out there for the world to see with more fabricated lies. This is a sickness, you guys. This is a sickness. And there's 2 people who are going around who are sick in the head and who are literally damaging names, families, Meek Mill, Rick Ross, Drake, Cardi B, Shawnee O'Neal. Man, I can go on. They've said so many lies, it's hard to even keep up with. And you know what I don't understand is why any of the content creators like No Jumper, Adam 22, Be Real TV, Cam Capone News, any of these people who had these 2 mental ill people on their platforms spewing these lies and have not, now that he's in prison, nobody has once asked for a receipt. Nobody has once done any like backstory, like, hey, we talked to Drake's people and they don't even know who this fool is. Meek Mill spoke out. Like, it's not hard to, I mean, hello, Adam 22. Like, you know people, I'm sure you can reach out because you put out the most lies on your platform and continues to allow him on the platform to call in, you know. And do you think Adam gives a crap that he's, you know, denying his child, or that he's has beat multiple women, every woman since he was 18, has multiple domestic violence charges? Do you think that he cares that he beat two older men. He beat two men on camera and videoed it for the world to see. He literally, a 60-year-old man, everybody sees Alfred Walker, Termaine Williams, Donnell Gloss, and Gizzy were on camera, literally beating this 60-year-old man half to death. Pistol whipped him, stripped him, robbed him, and beat him half to death. You see him on video not even fighting back. And you guys are literally Luce Cannon and Sharice, this is cool? That this type of man is cool? You literally see this 60-year-old man balled up, stripped already butt naked, right? You've already took his dignity, right? He's bleeding profusely. Then you go and pistol whip him, kick him in the head, then you rob him, and we think that this is okay? As people, as human beings, you guys, like, good damn. I don't even know how anybody could even give these two fools a platform to speak on. What they did to that man, that 60-year-old man who had no weapon, was not fighting back. I mean, after let's run with whatever narrative that they put out there. They were kind of there talking mess, whatever the case may be, right? These are all grown men. Termaine Williams, Alfred Walker, Dono, these are grown men. This is against one man. You're telling me it took all of you to stop one man from doing whatever you claim he was doing? No, you guys were trying to make content. You wanted to give this gang, you're the big boogeyman, and you wanted to give it content. You know what I mean? And it really is disturbing how so many people are. I literally have seen so many people talking about, oh, Luce Cannon is a cool dude, or he's this or he's that. Now, what if it would have been your grandfather or your brother or your uncle that he beat half to death and put on video for the whole world to see? God forbid any of you people who support that type of person, God forbid you guys have children and something like this happens to them, or God to your parents or anything like that. Like, it is really disturbing what this world has come to. What you guys think is okay, what you guys think is cool and content. And Adam 22, you should be ashamed of yourself. You literally should be ashamed of yourself even having this man on your platform. Like, you don't have enough money? Like, his little phone calls, like, you hurting that bad? Like, I know he can't be the only person that's making you money. It can't be that fucking bad. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I do see there are some podcasters out there, shout out to them, who have called out Luce Cannon on their Sharice Mills, on their lies, on their BS, and are no nonsense for people like that. Street TV, I know SBGB TV, Smut Free TV, Rick Rock, Munchie B. I know there's tons of other ones. I don't know every single one, but, you know, shout out to all of those who have put them and who've also, you know, I know that nobody gives a care. I know you guys, nobody cares about me. Nobody cares about that he beat me. Sharice has made that very clear. Who cares if he beat me half to death too? Who cares if he denies his child, if he doesn't take care of her? Who cares? I know I'm not cool. And I get it. It's not news. Nobody cares. Who cares? I get that. I totally get it. But now he's wreaking havoc on other people. So when are you guys going to care? When he kills somebody? Like, when are you going to care? When is it going to make people give a damn about other human beings? Like, dang, it's crazy. But anyways, please, you guys, you know, please like, share, subscribe this video. As I said, you know, I appreciate everybody, all of you guys who have supported the truth about, you know, Luce Cannon and Sharice Mills, all the bullying, harassment, intimidation, violence they're inciting, all of the stuff that they're doing. I do appreciate everybody who has seen the truth, who has done their own research, their own due diligence, just everything, calling them out on their BS. And just knowing that, like, these two people, we can't have these type of people in our world. Could you imagine your children going to school with a woman like Sharice, or with a man, or dating a man like Cannon? Like, can you imagine that? Like, we don't need these type of people in this world. Like, no. They need to be behind bars or go get help so they can fix whatever's broken inside of them. Because, everybody deserves, everybody can be, redemption. Everybody can be redeemed. I do think it's funny though how she does Sunday service on Sundays and she is furthest the thing from a child of God. So I think that's very ironic. I think that, God has definitely showed you why you don't play with him. I don't know why you haven't learned by now, but definitely, you're doing the devil's work, and that's nothing at all what God is about. So, yeah. But be back 10 p.m., you guys, Central Time. I want to finish going. I'm going to fix my technical difficulties. And you guys, I don't care. I know you guys going to talk about me. I don't, I don't care. Listen, I'm coming on here. I'm maybe cry. I'm coming on here myself, authentic. I'm just coming out here so you guys can all get the truth about Luce Cannon and his scams, his lies, his manipulation, his violence. And I just want you guys to know who this person really is. That's it. Please share, like, subscribe. Thank you guys very much. I will see you guys tonight, 10 p.m. for Q&A. Bye. I don't know if I can end the dang live stream, y'all. Dang, I'm just frozen up, y'all. Crazy. I don't even think I can end the stream. That's the crazy part. But anyways, bye, y'all. This is cool.
What the hizzle? What the helly? Ooh. What the heliante? What the helly berry? Oh, I guess that's that. Free Avenue Angel, so he's free. We go.